Over 3 million people died. But the truth about the Vietnam War is even more terrifying than the numbers.
1955. The world was still recovering from the scars of World War II. But in Southeast Asia, a small country, Vietnam, was quietly stepping into one of the most brutal wars in history. Vietnam was divided into two: the North under communist rule and the South backed by the United States. This division would soon ignite a deadly conflict. The first shot was fired, and in that moment, a war began where no one would truly win. The jungles of Vietnam, they weren't just forests, they were living traps, an enemy you could never see, but one that was always close. The enemy was invisible. The Viet Cong, they lived underground, striking without warning and disappearing without a trace. The United States entered the war, confident of a quick victory, but they had no idea this would become their greatest mistake. The sky turned into fire, bombs fell relentlessly, and napalm burned everything in its path, leaving nothing behind. In this war, no one was safe. Not soldiers, not civilians. Day after day, surrounded by death, soldiers began to break from the inside. The war didn't slow down, it only became more brutal, and Vietnam was turning into a living hell.
The enemy didn't stand in front of you. They were invisible. The Viet Cong. They lived underground, moving through hidden tunnels, striking in the dark, and disappearing without a trace. You would never know who was watching you. Suddenly, the sky filled with the sound of helicopters. Machine guns roared, bombs exploded, and human screams echoed through the jungle. Napalm, a word that brought instant fear. This fire didn't just burn, it erased everything. Villages, people, entire lives, gone in seconds. In this war, no one was safe. Not soldiers, not civilians. A child crying, a mother screaming, a soldier silently breaking inside. All of it together turned Vietnam into a living hell. Day after day, seeing death over and over again. Many soldiers began to collapse from within. Their eyes no longer showed fear, only emptiness. Because they had realized survival was the only victory that mattered. But the war didn't stop. Instead, it became even more brutal. And Vietnam slowly turned into a place where humanity faded away, one day at a time.